CrossFit HQ should shut down and close forever, and it wouldn't impact the average CrossFitter in any meaningful way. Have you seen this video? Top women to watch at the 2024 CrossFit Games. And Tyson said what? You remember? You were sitting there with him?
Yeah.
Tia, then Ariel.
That is a take.
Then
Emma Lawson.
yeah, that's clean. That's clean three right there.
I said third is Emma Lawson. I just can't remember who we said was second.
I think it was Ariel Lowen.
Oh, don't want to choose this.
I think he said that, actually.
He did say, yeah, he said Ariel.
All right, so the CrossFit Games puts out this video, and Tommy Marquez is talking.
Tia Claire Toomey, Flora Horvath, Gabby McGowan, Haley Adams, Alexis Raptis, Alex Gazan, Danielle Brandon, Emma Tall, Lowen trains in her garage gym, Paige Semenza.
He leaves out entirely Emma Lawson in the top 10. He doesn't even bring her up.
Why? Because she says she's mentally struggling?
I don't know. Maybe that's why. Where'd she say that? Do you remember?
Dave's thing.
I've definitely noticed some mental struggles, just not like going all into it can be a lot. I think this year has actually been the hardest year that I've had, just in terms of the mental side of things. But yeah, I'm hoping to work through those.
Did you watch that? You watch Dave's things, or did you hear me talking about it?
No, I think he just posted the clip.
Oh, right.
Mental struggle, utilizing views. It's my opinion.
You think Dave's utilizing Emma Lawson's mental struggles for
That
views?
one clip? Yeah.
Interesting. And then I also wonder if he's the one who posted it. Whatever. Or if someone else ripped it.
You know
for him.
me and how I am skeptical about everything. So that's what when I see that, that's what I think.
Every comment in here, now that I'm looking, is Emma Lawson has more of a chance than Haley Adams, where the F is Emma Lawson, where is Emma Lawson? Dude, the chick, I think she either won or podiumed in the teen games, and then she finished 6th and 2nd in her first 2 years in the CrossFit Games. And it's absurd that anybody can think that they can create a top 10 and leave out Emma Lawson.
Yeah.
Even if you're like talking about her mental struggles, I mean, hell, you're in the top 10 consideration still. No,
Correct.
I think that they're just morons. Whoever, and it's Tommy Marquez talking there. So what we're doing here, and the reason I wanted to start with this is because we are going to be the foremost experts on everything forward-facing in the CrossFit space as we sit here on this mat.
Who's we?
You and I. We identify as the smartest people in the CrossFit space at this moment, and we have some topics that we want to talk about.
Okay.
Do you remember what those were? Can you read that for me?
The most controversial, is it controversial or soul?
Controversial.
Controversial CrossFit Opinion 2024 edition.
And the thing about this that's funny is I think somewhere in here it says, note, this is research material for my YouTube video, so don't hold back. And
Did you post this?
No. But I'm going to steal it from this guy or girl, I don't know. It's the Story Hacker CFL2. So thank you, the Story Hacker CFL2. And there's one in particular I want to get to.
2.
Yeah, he's probably an affiliate owner. He has to be a level 2.
CFL2.
Yeah, but we're the experts.
Yes.
So he's going to learn a thing or two from us right now.
Okay.
All right, so the first thing. You don't need to lift, hit accessories, and then a WOD 5 times a day to get fit. Is that true?
Well, I guess it's like, then what's the definition of fit? Like, it varies per person. For me, yes, that's what it takes for me to be fit. But me being fit is like muscles and leanness and...
Yeah, I strongly disagree with pound of beef 16. I think that you should work out every day. I think that.
Every single day, even if it's like a walk or what.
You should be doing something every day where you're going to be putting forth an effort to better your being.
Well, I mean, whatever. I guess I don't agree with this. This sounds like he's
not a games athlete.
He's been attacked where...
Well, this dude just soft. He's soft.
CrossFit's too hard for him or some shit.
Yes, he's soft. So we're going to get rid of a pound of beef.
Okay.
This is also, by the way, and Alexis knows that I do this. I sit in bed and I just like scroll through Reddit and I catch up on things that I might have missed.
Yeah.
How's that?
I gotta stretch, man. There's not enough time in the day. We're multitasking.
The average CrossFit coach is underqualified and the average CrossFit gym owner doesn't know how to run a business.
I gotta read it.
No, you're just gonna listen to me.
Okay, repeat yourself, please.
The average CrossFit coach is underqualified, and the average CrossFit gym owner doesn't know how to run a business.
Yeah.
Accurate?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know why?
Most gyms, small gyms, close too. Like it's not.
Right.
It's like a gym. It's not a CrossFit.
Well, hell, most of them don't open it to run a business. They open it because they like to work out.
I know, that's the problem.
Huh. So yeah, agreed. Classes should be extensively expanded on the weekends. Because
What?
CrossFit classes should be expanded on the weekends.
What does expanded mean?
More of them.
Why?
It's just an opinion. This is remember, this is the most controversial CrossFit opinions. I'm just giving an opinion, and this is a controversial one.
How is that controversial?
Because no one does it.
Because no one would show up.
Is that what you think?
You think so? The argument here is that most people work all day, and then
On Saturdays and Sundays?
no, they work all day Monday through Friday.
Correct.
So there's no time for them to go to the gym. And the days that they have open and off, they should have more time to go work out. Like JR's gym has that huge class on Sundays, Sunday evening. He's at like a 3 and a 4 o'clock, and he says there's 40 people in it on Sunday. This is the controversial opinion. Most people should do what JR does, and they do not.
But that's just like one extra class, not like multiple extensions.
Well, anything is better than one. Because, when I ran Alpha Dog, we had one 10 a.m. class
On Sunday?
on Saturday.
Oh.
And what this thing is saying is it's like, yeah, you should also have a noon and a 2 and a 4 or something.
If people are going to show up, yeah. But
So you agree with it.
if people show up, yes.
That's all. Yeah, it's like, do you agree or do you disagree with the controversial opinion?
If your gym is calling for it, yes.
This is the one I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
CrossFit HQ should shut down and close forever, and it wouldn't impact the average CrossFitter in any meaningful way. The methodology is out there. Enough people create good programming. Gyms would run classes based on that model. The game would be replaced by Wadapalooza, Rogue, and would still be local events to throw down at. So let's do the first one first. CrossFit HQ should shut down and close forever, and it wouldn't impact the average CrossFitter in any meaningful way. True or false?
I guess true, but like then you wouldn't be at a CrossFit gym. What gym would you be at?
If there was no CrossFit HQ, there would be no legality around using the word CrossFit, and then anybody could use the word CrossFit.
So I guess sure, true, it can happen.
So let's just say I'm not paying $4,500 to run an affiliate. Like our garage will not be CrossFit HillerFit gym thing, right? I'm not going to get my level 2. I don't want to do those things. So if there was no HQ, I could call everything that happens in your CrossFit just like that.
You already are.
Doing CrossFit?
Yeah,
How do you know?
because that's just what we're doing.
So because we worked out with Seth this morning and did box jump overs and wall balls and rowing, that's CrossFit.
If you program anything, I think that's CrossFit. Because you're a CrossFitter. And you've been a CrossFit coach and an owner. So it's like the way...
So anything I do is CrossFit.
Anything the way you program is CrossFit. Yeah, unless we go to a Globo gym and we start doing some bodybuilding, then you're not a CrossFit. Then you're not a CrossFit coach anymore. I think I totally went off on a tangent.
We went off on a tangent. Think about the people over at Backland. Do you think that any of them would care if there was no more HQ?
You and someone are HQ. So that's all they already pay attention to.
They do Sentinel programming, and all they do is pay attention to us, which is why we're the foremost experts at the moment sitting on this mat.
Yes.
Because all it takes is, hey, we have the camera and the internet and the eyeballs. What does HQ have? Nothing! Let me ask you this. Do you know what the purpose of CrossFit HQ is? What's the purpose? What do they do?
I kind of thought they put CrossFit out there for people to go join a gym.
Oh, how do they do that? How do they put CrossFit out there?
I don't know anymore. I'm
How did they?
very far removed. But how I found CrossFit in 2014 was the was on the games was on ESPN, and I watched it, and then later that year in 2015, in the early 2015, that I looked for a gym. I don't know how else I would have found it. Maybe nowadays Instagram, put the open together, put the games together, promote CrossFit for people to join.
My opinion on what CrossFit's job is. Don't look at my phone.
I can't see that far.
What are you looking at?
Oh, man.
What else are you looking at over here?
Shut up.
To tell you what CrossFit is, to tell everybody what CrossFit is, and then to defend what CrossFit is what I think CrossFit's job is. If you are a CrossFit trainer, their job is to defend you against people who are not. You go into Alpha at Lifetime, and they're doing CrossFit.
Yeah.
They should be defending against that, maybe even pushing up against that and saying why we're better and why they are not, and perhaps even taking legal action against those people. That's what CrossFit HQ's job is and should be, and was when Greg was there.
Okay.
They don't do that no more.
Yeah.
They get mad at you for using hashtags. Let's say CrossFit.
Do they really?
Yeah, they do.
What? Since when?
There's this guy named Training Tip of the Day. It used to be CrossFit Training Tip of the Day. And he had to go through every single... and Caffeine and Kilos had to do this too. I believe it's when you sell a product that you're not allowed to use the hashtag CrossFit, or they say, hey, take it down. They send you a cease and desist. That's how they defend the brand these days. Where in the past, they used to like go to gyms and send lawyers. Well, one's more expensive and one's like lowest hanging fruit.
Whoa.
All right, how about this one? Sugar is delicious.
False.
It's not delicious?
No, it is, but it's so bad for you.
Are Noble's garbage?
Yeah.
Okay. You're in agreement.
Now that I know that Tom Brady owns it, Jim, just found that out today.
It's okay to cherry pick and a rep shave.
No, of course not.
What if you do it before the workout starts?
You decide that you're going to do less reps.
Yeah.
Like I did today.
Yeah.
Then that's smart.
As long as you're telling everybody what you did, right?
I don't think you have to tell anybody, but
What's the... then...
maybe your coach to let them know this is your game plan.
So we did a workout this morning.
Yeah.
Seth and I were doing 20 burpee box jump overs, and you did 10.
Yeah.
And so did you rep shave?
No, because I knew I was going to do less of everything.
Okay, so
I haven't worked out in 2 weeks.
So that's just called scaling.
Yes, that's called scaling.
What's the difference between rep shaving and scaling?
If you plan on doing the workout as is and all of a sudden you stop doing 20 and you do 18, like I did 10 whole less reps because that's my scale.
It's just scaling if you decide that you're doing it.
If you plan on doing the workout as is and all of a sudden, like, you know, getting all self-conscious about not being quick enough.
So there's an external pressure and then you decide to lie.
Yeah.
That's rep shaving.
Yeah. Like if you have to drop reps in the middle of a workout because it's too much and it's not like good for you, then that's not rep shaving. But if there's like an emotional component to it with like you're pissed that someone next to you is like going faster and you do too less, then that's rep shaving.
Okay.
Everything.
So it's all about emotions. Emotions. That's also why Tommy Marquez left Emma Lawson off of the podium and out of the top 10. Emotions. Everything's about emotions.
Unless that was just like the dumbest thing he's ever done, or he was like instructed to do that, but...
The games have lost all semblance of relatability now that it's just a bunch of juiced up teenagers.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. The military stuff is freaking weird.
No, I think that's like what CrossFit was kind of founded on, and I don't think it's weird. Why the fuck would it be weird?
Would you say that the Christianity stuff is weird?
No.
Would you say that the pride flag is weird?
No.
None of it's weird.
No.
Okay, none of it's weird. How about the people who think that the military stuff isn't weird, but the pride flag is weird? Is there irony in that?
People are all retarded, so I can't think about that stuff. Like, you can't. I just don't get energy to it. But people can think and do whatever they want to think and do and say.
I agree. I do think that it is ridiculous that I just thought about that. The same people who think that it's awesome to have military semblance will push against the pride flag and vice versa.
Always?
Not always, but often.
No stuff should be up.
No stuff?
As a business owner of my own, it's either you have to talk about all of it or you talk about none of it. And I talk about none of it. I don't post,
oh well,
4th of July, Merry Christmas, Happy whatever the
oh well,
I don't post any of it.
oh well.
So,
Because everyone's feelings get hurt.
you can't make everybody happy and you're going to piss off somebody. So if you don't talk about it, you can't make anybody mad. Actually, that's not true. There are a lot of times where if you don't talk about something, people get mad.
Greg Glassman is not the Messiah.
He's not the Messiah.
He's the Messiah of fitness.
Maybe of creating CrossFit.
I would say that without Greg, it's very hard to function as what CrossFit is, and it's very. I think they're seeing that and they're struggling with that. Competitive CrossFit cultivates mental health problems in teenage athletes and should not be a division at the CrossFit Games.
No, I do not agree with that. It cultivates. I do not think that it cultivates mental whatever they just said.
You could say the same thing about wrestling. You could say the same thing about cheerleading, and arguably you should say things such as cheerleading, travel baseball for high school chicks and boys would be way worse. It's been around for way more, and it's arguably extremely more competitive.
Yeah.
And at which rate, if you're talking about pressure and emotion, that'd be way worse than anything CrossFit could have to say about it. And that's a stupid comment for me. I think it's ridiculously dumb.
Yeah.
Deadlifts dropped from the top but do not count.
Yeah.
Huh? You go 21-15-9, you're doing the workout Diane, and in order to finish your set of 21, you have to control it to the floor?
Technically, yeah.
No. Wrong. This scrambly eggs, wrong. You pick up a 600-pound deadlift and you have to lower it to the floor?
Isn't that like...
some made-up rule by some power lifter at some point?
Yeah.
No, it's retarded. Stupid. Too much zone 4 or 5. Neglecting zone 2.
See, I just don't know what zones are.
Why don't you know?
Is it new?
Why don't you know what zones are?
Because I do CrossFit.
Bingo. Next question. Coaches aren't dietitians and aren't qualified to give you any kind of diet advice.
Correct.
Now hold up. Because if this is the truth, then what is anybody doing in a CrossFit gym in the first place? How can you start doing without knowing that the most important thing you can do is also where we agreed that sugar should be left out?
Touch base on food, but like doing food for people or however. Dude, I looked into a registered dietitian. That's like full-blown school.
And what are they going to tell you at the end of the day? What are they going to leave you with that is more beneficial than what you or I could tell somebody?
It's opinions.
What is something that you would tell somebody that is looking to better their health via food?
Oh, I just had this conversation with a client. How do I put on more muscle? So what I told her, and I even said, like, I don't know much, but I think this is how you're what you're supposed to do based off of shit I've heard from you, is that, I don't know, eat more protein, eat fruits and veggies, don't eat added sugar, drink a lot of water. That's not like registered dietitian advice, but it's like,
for what most people want, what you just said is all, and what this comment makes me think, like, don't tell anybody what to eat. You're not a dietitian. It's like, hey, it ain't rocket science to say, don't eat the box of cereal because it's not real.
well, yeah.
And this thing says you can't tell people that because you aren't a registered dietitian. Freaking moron. Butterfly tips are dumb and make CrossFit look bad.
I guess so.
I disagree with it. I think that this person's a moron.
When is that actually ever used?
Butterfly pull-ups?
Yeah.
Often, whenever you do chest to bars, you do butterfly
No,
pull-ups.
outside of CrossFit. Why do we do? I know it's to do it faster, but like, how did that become a thing? Like, I know kipping pull-ups.
Literally to do it faster than that.
Okay.
That's it.
Who created that?
I thought was cool at this games for me is seeing all those people performing the butterfly pull-up. I introduced in 2007. There was no intended introduction of a movement. At the time was very controversial. A few years later, it's just a standard that we've picked up because the power output is higher in that movement, allows you to get more work done
I
fast.
think it was Chris Spieler or somebody in like 2010, 2009.
So it's a made-up movement?
So is a pull-up.
Oh.
They're all made up. A strict pull-up is a made-up movement. A deadlift is a made-up movement. Which brings us back to controlling it to the floor. That's a made-up standard. It's all made up.
Oh, okay. So, yeah.
I don't like Noah Olson. No matter how many people say he is a genuinely awesome guy, I can't shake the feeling that this is a facade and he is an act.
Don't know unless you know him.
Yeah, I don't think it's an act. I think he's actually a nice guy.
It seems like it.
Yeah, I would say that this one is
Like,
awesome.
how can you just always be that nice and happy.
The games format peaked during COVID when there was only 5 competitors. So do you think that the games when they had 5 people were better than when they have 40?
I don't remember.
Oh, no, dude. With a year where, like, it was Fraser, Madera.
No, I just don't remember what the programming was like.
Well, how about just the way it looked? And
It
like,
wasn't
your ability to
all that.
follow it.
Sure, it was easier to follow 5 people, but I don't think it was as fun to watch. I like watching, like, different types of people.
I think I agree with this comment. Now, the thing that kind of ruined it was the fact that Fraser destroyed everybody. He won by 300 points or something crazy. But if it was closer, it would have been awesome. If the chicks, Tia did the same. Whatever. All right, never mind. It was stupid. Boo, perfect. Spending extra time on your weaknesses is not important if you don't have plans to compete.
No.
You don't think that this is true? You think you should be working on your weaknesses?
Yeah, I think it's fun and smart to do things that are not easy for you. I think it's good to challenge yourself.
I don't even know if you know that I do this when I make these videos, but I like to take it to the absolute extreme. And if the extreme is always working on your weaknesses, then never working on them would be on the other end. And the people who would never work on their weaknesses would be the people who never work out. So think of the most out of shape person that you know who doesn't do any fitness. And if they do 1 air squat, they're technically working on their weaknesses, right? So what this is saying is you don't need to work on your weaknesses couldn't be more untrue from the basis of anybody who doesn't work out should be working out to make you better. And at some point, everybody should be doing something they don't want to do to become the best they can be. Do you follow that? It's weird, but if you like take it to the extreme, you have to work on your weaknesses as a human.
Yes.
So it's a stupid comment. You don't need to work on your weaknesses is dumb. Like, there's always a reason. Like, if you can't overhead squat, what, you want to die that way? as a gross piece of beef jerky that can't put their arms over their head, like, that's what you want to live with? You should be like, well, why can't I overhead squat? And there should be a process to better you. That's like one example.
Yeah.
You can't squat below parallel, all right? And you can't do that when you're 40. How about when you're 50? What's that going to look like? That you should always, yes, be working on your weaknesses. And I think that this is stupid.
Yeah, I agree.
I like that one a lot. Right?
I just wonder what that person's thought process was when they thought that.
Do you know what WOD stands for?
Workout of day.
All right, workout of day. It says 99% of CrossFit population don't know how to use the acronym WOD properly. And then the first comment is, how do you use it properly? Or like, how is it used improperly? Is it because it's like the shouldn't be there? Like, you just, it's kind of funny. Workout of day.
I wanted some actual controversial.
Oh, well.
Is there more?
All right. All right. I know you didn't watch my Mark Ripito video.
Cool.
Exactly.
Haven't gotten around to it yet.
People should do 3 to 6 months of exclusive weightlifting prior to going into CrossFit. It makes the transition and understanding of body mechanics more digestible and within reach. They should do weightlifting before CrossFit. True or false?
I kind of think true.
No. Why? Well, before I tell you why, you tell me why you think it's true. Like, why should you do weightlifting before CrossFit?
Like, learning the fundamentals and, like, starting off weightlifting.
Snatch and clean and jerk.
Yeah.
Spend 6 months doing that, and then you can go do CrossFit.
Yeah. I just imagine, like, learning the fundamentals of the barbell and then moving into CrossFit. And then it would then be easier
To do the snatch and clean and jerk.
Oh, that's always in a
Oh, well.
CrossFit workout.
Not always.
A lot of the time.
We didn't do that today.
No, but a lot of the times there's cleans and, like...
But I could create an entire year of CrossFit programming without the snatch and clean and jerk.
Do it.
I could. Easy.
Okay.
I could do it without a barbell. You don't need a barbell to do CrossFit. It's just the most universally easy way to load the body. It's like, hey, you want to do 100 pounds? Put on the 25s. You want to do 200 pounds? A couple 45s.
Is it saying beneficial or necessary?
Should is what it says. People should do. Well, at which rate, that would be your on-ramp class. It's like, hey, I'm going to join CrossFit out the dog. On-ramp is weightlifting for 6 months. Then you can go and do, Stay away from the echo bike. Don't do any rowing intervals. No burpees. Don't do any of that.
Okay, when you look at me when I first joined, we did a of learning snatch and clean and jerk
You and I.
as a barbell.
Yeah.
3 months of learning weightlifting before getting into CrossFit, I don't think would be a bad thing if that was required.
Okay. I disagree.
That's fine.
And the old method of just a WOD or PR day is way better than a weightlift and then a workout within the same class. And what they're trying to get at is you're either doing a workout or a lift or a 5K or a gymnastics session, and that's it.
I hate classes like that.
So the opinion is that that is the correct way, and you disagree.
I hate classes like that.
So you prefer the one where you do like some weightlifting and then a workout?
Yes.
Okay.
I hate when you just warm up for 30 minutes, do a 2-minute workout, and then they send you home. I'm trying to think of when I was at Fort Atkinson, because I remember there was a strength day one day or something, and like someone walked in because we didn't have Wi-Fi, or like you didn't know what you were doing. Like,
now that's old school.
So I think it was a little bit of a strength day. Person walked in and then walked out because it was just like, I think a little bit of weightlifting, maybe squatting, maybe 2 other things.
You said they walked out. Yeah. Because they didn't like it.
Yeah.
I don't blame him. Or 1, I don't blame him.
Yeah.
But 2, you saw the 40-minute EMOM the other day, right?
No. What 40-minute EMOM?
CrossFit.com the other day. It was 40 minutes. Minute 1, you do 20 step-ups with a 45-pound backpack on, 35 for you.
Yeah.
And then minute 2, you do 5 shuttle runs for 40 minutes. So it's 20 rounds. You walk into a CrossFit gym. That's the workout of the day. Do you walk out?
No.
Do you like it?
For one day, I'd probably be into it, yeah.
Have you thought through the workout yet? Have you thought about the fact that you need to take a backpack on and off 40 times? Because you got to take it off after you do your 20 step-ups, and then you got to put it back on to do your next set of 20 step-ups.
I guess the whole backpack part's not necessary, but the rest of the workout is like fine.
Use a dumbbell. They take a 50-pound dumbbell like in the open that one year.
Why did the backpack come into play?
Because of Chad.
Okay.
This is the HWPO program workout of the day from a couple of days ago. And number 1, I have an inherent bias of just despising 40-minute EMOMs, and you know that.
Well, yeah.
So I see that. I'm already kind of pissed.
Not open to
Yeah, I'm kind of pissed already. But it became even worse when it was, oh, we're doing this because of Chad.
Oh.
And you're doing the shuttle runs. And I'm like, 5 recovery shuttle runs? That's not really a recovery.
It takes like 3 seconds to put a backpack on and off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's that big of a deal. But I'm also like a new person now, so I don't think anything's a big deal.
A new person. And for going to Tomorrowland. All right, we're done.
My brain chemistry's different now.
New person, we're done.
Well, like, make it work.
How do you feel in general about mainside programming every 2 weeks being shifted to something like a training camp? Like HWPO is doing 2 weeks of mainside program.
What's main site?
.com, like CrossFit.com workouts. They're writing the workouts for 2 weeks.
No one at CrossFit knows how to write workouts because they're not hired. They're not CrossFit people. The new people at CrossFit don't know how to write CrossFit workouts. They barely know what CrossFit is. To keep it going, sure, it makes sense to have them doing it. Do I like it? No.
Which means they shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah.
Just because it's what you have to do doesn't mean that it's what you should do.
But just because you can beat him up doesn't give you the right to.
Yeah. If any, they should just get rid of it completely. .com workouts should be gone if they're not the ones writing it. I think it's like a weird way of trying to be creative, but they really just like don't know what to do, and that's their like way of covering it up.
You know, CrossFit YouTube hasn't put up a video in about 2 months, right?
Again? Dude,
That's why we are the authoritative force
if that's not
in the
their
CrossFit space.
priority, then that's just not their priority.
Alexis, it doesn't matter whether or not it's their priority. It's that it has to 100% be their priority. Don't give them an out. There is no out.
I agree.
It'd be like saying you run a skincare business and you're not going to work on people's skin. That is what you just, yeah. I mean, if it's not their priority to get people's acne to look better,
Come here.
you cannot say that. They are legitimately a media company.
I know.
And if they don't put out educational content and engaging content to get everybody to circle around it and tell everybody what's going on, then they have nothing. The same way that if you don't work on people's skin, you have nothing.
Yes.
You sell nothing. Leo, say goodbye to the camera.
No.
Yeah, that's it.
Please smash that like button, no one touches it.
Yesterday, we said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it! Some people dream of success, while you're gonna wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible! No! What are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can!